Hey, everybody. My attention is on the topic today, which is on attention and concentration. But I promise it won't be boring. So let's talk a little bit about, attention. What is attention? Well, it's made up of you being able to direct your attention, your life force, if you will, to the area that you want to focus on. The difference between attention and concentration is being able to really, really focus your attention for a long period of time and really, really directing your attention to the vision that you have, the dream, and the plan of how you're going to achieve it really falls under that ability to be able to concentrate. So there's a little bit of difference between your attention and where you're going to focus it versus concentration. But let's go back and talk about interest, because your interest basically is just you focusing your attention on what interests you. And if you're interested in your subject or interested in the game you're playing, interested in achieving the dream that you want, then the environment and the people around you will tend to work with you because of that mood level of interest is pretty high up, right? And you're naturally friendly. So being interested in the subject or the game that you're playing or what you're doing automatically sets up quite a lot of harmony in your environment and the people you work with and the relationships you have. That's why it's so important to always follow your interest line, so to speak. When I'm working with kids or I'm working with adults, with family or whatever, I'm always interested in knowing what are they really, really interested in. Being forced, if you will, and having to be interested in something, maybe because your job demands it, is not a very optimum setup. If you're made to focus on an area or a subject, something you don't want to do for a long period of time, you're going to build up a lot of resistance and a lot of reluctance in the long run. So being able to focus your attention on what you want it on sets up a friendly environment, sets you up to win, sets those up connected to you to win. And then if it's something that you really, really, really love and want to take even to higher levels, that's where the concentration comes in. I was thinking about someone training for the Olympics, and then I was thinking about, the person that wins the gold and the person that wins the silver. And I heard Alan say one time that, first of all, you have to really, really be able to concentrate to train for a long, long, long duration, and if you will, focusing that attention. But have you ever noticed how and watched the Olympics and how sometimes it's just a fraction of a second between the one that wins the gold and the one that wins the silver? I mean, that's usually the way it is. So concentration is being able to focus the attention for a very long period of time. It's so needed if you have big goals and big dreams, so you don't give up and you can persevere and you can be persistent and you can really, really up your concentration. And the other thing on interest, let's go back to interest. When I always look at my grandkids a lot of times because I'm very, very interested in making sure that whenever I'm spending time with them or whenever we're playing something or whenever I'm helping them get better in an area, that it's something they're interested in, because they'll win if you do that. Always, always see when you're working with whoever you're working with, where is their interest? And always direct their attention to the areas that they're really interested in. A lot of times a person won't know that. But if you ask them the right questions, sometimes it's just as simple as, what are you interested in? Sometimes they don't know, but if you watch them when they're playing, or if you watch the things the person's doing, you can see it, even though sometimes they can't. And then you can ask the right questions so that they too can get on their own interest line, which is phenomenal when it comes to living a life of your